So, some wild things just happened, and I'm back on the stream. I just, I ended this and then I decided, look, I should probably just go. It's probably going to be a lot boring for you guys now. Like, I'm not going to care as much the first 21 picks. But basically, what just happened was our guy. So, let me give you a rundown what just happened. The 21st pick was traded to the Clippers, who traded the 25th pick. So the Knicks are now drafting at 25. The Clippers draft Keon Johnson. Then the Wizards drafted Isaiah Jackson, who they traded Isaiah Jackson for Aaron Holiday, who now the Rockets are on the clock. And believe it or not, let's see what's going on. Also, the Wizards received the 31st pick from Indiana, who they got that pick from the Bucks. So from what it seems like, Rockets pick up Usman Garuba. So holy crap. The Rockets did what I said the Thunder should do. They just said, Cyro, we loved your idea for the Thunder. Why don't we do it for the Rockets? They pick up Alperen Sengun at 16, and then at 23 they pick up Garuba. So they get two big men in this draft who are polar opposite. One is the best interior defensive big man in the draft, and the other is the best interior offensive big man in the draft. And they're just gonna get both of them. So let's look at that mock right here. I had, if you want to look right there, I had OKC getting Alperen Sengun, Usman Garuba, and the Rockets did exactly what I said the Thunder should do. So that's so funny. So now at 24, it is the Houston Rockets again, and supposedly they're really high on Josh Christopher, and I think we're just going to go Christopher right here. And I think my phone just got an alert. And I think it's going to be our boy. I really do think it's going to be our boy over here. Oop. Move the wrong thing, folks. There we go. Josh Christopher right there. And yep, they just drafted Josh Christopher. So now at 25, it's the Knicks. And Isaiah Jackson, oh my God, I know who they're drafting. 25. Also, guys, I'm going to go let my dog out. You guys cool if I leave for a second? I think you guys can manage, right? Without me here. I don't think I'll be gone for too long. I'll also put like one light on. Just for good times, you know? Just for good measure. Hey. Guys, that's my dog. So some more tweets came in. Quentin Grimes. So the Knicks draft Quentin Grimes. That was interesting. Holy crap. Did not expect Quentin Grimes to go there. But, now I see I'm going Dosunmu, I think. Yeah, I think Dosunmu. Am I wrong? I gotta refresh right here. If I'm on the clock at 26, there's Jaden Springer, Miles McBride. See, I think here, holy crap, I'm trying to think. I really don't like ESPN's rankings. If I'm thinking right here, what am I doing if I'm the Nuggets, you know? Do I go shooting guard? Because your problem this year was, I mean, you have Aaron Gordon, you got Zeke Nanje, you bring back JaMychal Green, you got Nikola Jokic, you got at small forward, you know, you have my guy Michael Porter Jr. and backing him up. You don't really have any help, but there's nothing really here at the small forward. Like, you can go Herb Jones, but that's a little bit of a reach. And you have Bol, who's supposedly your backup center. And again, you don't really have a backup center. I won't go, like, there's JT Thor. But do you go JT Thor right there? And last year you drafted a guard. I mean, right now you go Jared Butler, who can help you right now day one. And he's 6'4". Or you go, there's Cameron Thomas, who gives him scoring. See, I'm going right here, Jared Butler. I take that back. I think they go Dosunmu. They need, he can play the wing, I think. And, yeah, because the only other guy, Jaden Springer, I just think right there you just go, like, they could go Kessler Edwards. Like, I love Kessler Edwards. Or I just think anybody else would be a reach. And you just go Dosunmu right here and you call it a day. It is very interesting how this draft is playing out, you know. I did not expect that at all. What'd you guys expect? So yeah, this draft is going so unexpected. Yeah, it's like completely different than you would naturally anticipate. But yeah, guys, let me hear it down if you guys. There's no one watching this, but we're just gonna do this for the sake. Once we get to the end of the first round, I feel pretty content. I really wonder how this draft is gonna go. I'm just like sitting here reacting to this stuff, wondering where everything's gonna go. I can't believe, like.
Zero, can I push your stuff forward?
Yeah, I didn't know I even had stuff. My boys at the Kings Stadium. That is so geek. So yeah, no, I'm like, Josh Christopher is an alright pick for. I had him on the mock for a while. I just, you didn't know if the talent was gonna translate. So yeah, guys, want to hear those like comment? I don't even know. We're just gonna go till I get to the 30th pick, or we're just gonna call it a day. The Clippers. Wait, yeah, I have the Knicks. We already know who the Knicks are getting. We just talked about that, and I'm like blanking on it right now. Quinn Grimes, who gives them, he shot off the draft boards after a strong combine. He's gonna be a day one guy. He's gonna be a shooting guard because they can run out Emmanuel quickly, Quinn Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson as their starting lineup next year. Not a bad pickup. Jonathan Kuminga, I'm not a fan. I'm not sold on him. I think I think he's just a trade asset. Jonathan Kuminga is like James Wiseman. They're just high risk, high risk, high reward is what you get with them. So it's just interesting to see how stuff is going now. But it's been an interesting draft, to say the least. We're doing the final couple picks. They have Isaiah Livers as the 10th best player available. If we run through this. So they say the best players available right now on the clock, just overall. Sharif Cooper being the best. I don't believe that. He's a second-round pick. Cameron Thomas is the second best player available. He's a second-round pick. Jared Butler is probably the best player available. And then they have Daron Sharp, who's the best player, the fourth best player available. First off, they have Daron Sharp in front of Charles Bassey and Neemias Queta, which is completely wrong. Neemias Queta and Charles Bassey are way better players, are going to be way better players than Daron Sharp. And honestly, I think EJ Onu is on the same level or even better than Daron Sharp. I think Daron Sharp's the fourth best center available. Then they have the fifth best player, Miles McBride. I have Miles McBride. So at 26, it's going to be Bones Highland, it looks like, which is a good pick. I was about to say Bones Highland. It should go. I was going to say it was Jared Butler, Miles McBride, Jaden Springer, Bones Highland, JT Thor, Dosunmu. Probably Herb Jones. I wouldn't say Isaiah. Kessler Edwards. So at 27, this puts the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going, because I don't know who has the 28th pick. So I think right here, they just got Javon Carter, so I'm saying right here for the Nets, they should go. Because if you're worried about Dosunmu, you kind of want to get some guards, some guys who can handle. I'm saying Butler. Well, you just got Javon Carter. God, I'm trying to think. I think you go Butler right here at 27, and then at 29 you go Jeremiah Robinson Earl. I think that's the best you can do, and it'll be the most interesting. Okay, so one second. I'm scouring through the draft stuff. So supposedly Denver is listening still to trade offers, but if they keep it, they're getting Bones Highland, which is fine. That's great. I think Bones Highland. It goes. I think Butler's a great pick because they got Javon Carter, Joe Harris. They put Butler there as backup point guard. They got the backcourt to deal with Joe Harris. And then they have at power forward, Kevin Durant, center. They have DeAndre Jordan Nico Claxton. They still have Elise Johnson as a backup power forward, technically. And they have some Jeremiah Robinson Earl to bolster right there. I think Jared Butler would. I don't think they have another backup point guard on the roster that's under contract. So I think right there you just do that. That's like your best option, I think. And yeah, I think it's interesting. Alright, I just got really excited thinking that it was about to be some news from Adrian Wojnarowski, but it wasn't. You know, we just got some news from him saying Trey Mann joined us. They're really milking this draft. But yeah, I think it's definitely been interesting what they've done so far. Hey, we've done good. It's been a decent draft so far, but let me hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the NBA drafts so far? The NBA draft results have been interesting so far. It's pretty freaking wild how it's gone. Like, look, I think wild day. It keeps on changing, and I can't even believe like how long. I like how the Athletic. Okay, here we go. Live NBA draft coverage. So far, Quentin Grimes going to Houston, or no, not Houston. The New York is a great pick. Then Josh Christopher and Usman Garuba. I still can't believe Usman Garuba and Alperen Sengun both went to Houston, which is exactly what I said they were going to do. The Oklahoma City Thunder were going to do. If you guys want to look at my mock right here. Puya at 16 and 18. I had Usman Garuba and Alperen Sengun going to the same team. And it ended up, I swear, somebody on the Rockets saw my video and did that. I'm kidding, but like, how funny would that be, you know? I'd be like, oh, shit. But, we're just sitting here waiting for some more news. But yeah, I think Brooklyn has 2 more picks in the first round. I really want Utah to get JT Thor. At this point, I want Jared Butler to go to Brooklyn. Bones Highland's going to go to... Yeah, Bones Highland, if Denver keeps the pick, is going to go to Denver. Brooklyn should get Jared Butler or JT Thor. Then you put at 28... They need another guard. I go Miles McBride at 28. And then at 29, you go Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Or Kessler Edwards. Kessler Edwards wouldn't be a bad option either. I like him. I prefer him. And then you put... Kessler Edwards is an older version of our man. I'm blanking on his name, but... Trey Murphy III. Just had to plug my computer in. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, no. So this has been interesting. I'm trying to see like what we're doing right now. We just got the NBA draft, ESPN open on my phone, and then we got Twitter just continuously being refreshed, and the notifications on everything open. This shit's going so much more than you ever suppose. Yo, anybody's Snapchat was down? I really want to know get to the 27th pick. I feel like these last 3 picks are taking way too long for anyone. So, where are we? We're looking at here. I think ESPN's terrible at NBA draft cover. Like, they are so wrong with their rankings. They are so bad. Like, I don't know who does it. They just aren't up to par with anybody else. And I don't know why they do it. I think they do it because they're like, we're different. We're so much more right like we know player analysis are so much better, but they don't. They have some guys who are really good, really low, and they have some really bad players really high. Like they have, I don't even think they have EJ Onu like listed. So Justin at 26, they took Bones Highland. It looks like. So congrats, like I said, Bones Highland. They kept the pick. And at 27, I think it looks like it's going to be our boy. I'm really hoping it's Butler. That'd be cool. But yeah, shout out Bones Highland to Denver. That was a good pickup. And right now, we're just waiting for some news to break on if anybody's going to come in. James Harden. James Harden's so interesting. So, Save the CD as a live updated block. Alright. So he last updated, his live updated block was so wrong. Like very wrong. Like he wasn't even close. He wasn't even close. I thought Zaire, Jared Butler's still on the board. Some players that like, this is wild. But yeah, no, we're just waiting right now. Alright, we just found out somebody, and Cam Thomas, wow. I'm not a fan of Cam Thomas. He's one of the best pure scorers in the draft, like, but the thing is he's one of the, it's weird, because he's weird seeing a player who has that kind of scoring instinct that Thomas has. He has this just sixth sense on how to get defenders off balance and has a ridiculous pull-up game that allows him to constantly be on balance himself. He was the fourth leading scorer in college basketball as a teenager, but his defense is atrocious. He doesn't even pass. Teams seem a bit apprehensive about him at this point, so like I was surprised that he went this high. But hey, they want scoring. So I'm putting Butler at 28. He's a good pick. He's better than McBride. He's taller. I think McBride goes right there, and then at 29 they go Robinson Earl. I feel like that's right. Yeah, so let me hear your thoughts right here. What are you guys thinking? Fucking crazy. Wild draft. I wasn't expecting it to be like this because, you know what I mean? You just watch this and you're like, holy crap, you got this guy in Cam Thomas that, hey, he works out great for, you know, the Nets. The Nets get a guy in Cam Thomas that you're just like, hey, Cam Thomas, didn't expect him to be the guy who was going to be the guy the Hornets take. Oh, not the Hornets, the Nets take. So, nice little pickup right there. Unexpected pickup. But I thought he was more of a second round pick, but I guess they'll go with him in the first. So, yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what do you guys think of that one. I don't know about Cam Thomas. I just want this draft to end at this point. I can't believe there's been so many picks, and you think sometimes it'd go by quicker. I swear, the first 5 picks of the 20s just flew by, and I've been stuck at the last 5 picks for the past what feels like forever. So, I also wish the Nets could just pick twice right now. Just submit both of your picks. So, Brooklyn's keeping the pick, and Cam Thomas is going this time. And here comes out the Nets and Adam Silver is calling the man. Cameron Thomas. He's an atrocious defender. I'm not a huge fan of his. I don't know why you would get him, but hey, he's all right. I still think it's kind of weird why you would keep him, but hey. Look, this has been a wild NBA draft. I have just been sitting here. This is the second one. I don't even know. Guys. I ended at the 20th pick, but then I came back because a lot of stuff was going down. We're just refreshing Twitter, hoping some more stuff will happen. But sometimes we're just Mamba mentality. Cam Thomas is what he had inside of his jacket. We just lost all of our viewers. We gained some, and then we go. Sometimes we're building up. We're doing really well, and people are looking for stuff. But then at other times, everyone's just like, damn. So let's just run through this NBA, like, I guess you would say reaction. Let's just go through grading every single pick as they came, I guess. And I don't know. I think it's been really, really good. So the Rockets are all across the board. I think they're one of the biggest winners tonight. They take Jalen Green, and then they get Alperen Sengun and Usman Garuba and Josh Christopher. And it was just such a great night. They took 4 guys. They got the front court of the future. They got the back court of the future. They get a guy who can be their future wing, who can be like a two-way player in Josh Christopher. They get Alperen Sengun, who's the best interior offensive player, like big man interior offensive player, while Usman Garuba is the best big man interior defensive player. So I really like that. And then Quentin Grimes they just kept trading down the Knicks and getting more value. And they needed help because Al Burks, Frank Ntilikina, Reggie Bullock are all free agents, and Grimes could add some pop if he's able to break Tom Thibodeau's rotation, who's historically hard to convince to feature any rookie. And the thing is, he's 6'4" with a 6'8" wingspan, and he averaged 17.8 points per game, and he was hitting 40.3% on 8.3 attempts from the three per game. So I think the Knicks did good, and the Clippers were also good. I personally had the Clippers going over here, getting at 25, I believe. I had them in my mock draft. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me pull it up. I had the Clippers getting Jared Butler, and they ended up getting Keon Johnson, which was even better. They get a freak athlete who I think his game's going to be very reminiscent to Hamidou Diallo, and they did well. Like, look, they got Johnson, who had a 48-inch max vertical leap and a 41.5-inch standing vertical. He's 6'5", 185 pounds. He needs some weight. He's a 6'7" wingspan. He's got some playmaking ability and average 1.1 steals per game. He's not the best dribbler or passer, and he doesn't have much scoring ability. Like, they're gonna have to rebuild his shot because he only shot 70% from the free throw line and only attempted 48 threes and only made 13 of them for a 27% three-point percentage in 27 games. But the Clippers are getting younger, and this is a guy who can play shooting guard and has the athleticism and looks like he'll have the ability to play small forward. But they're going to have to be patient and put him on the back burner. Then we had the Wizards, who they traded their guys, and that was just something we weren't expecting, Like, I really, my thoughts with the Scotty Barnes going to the Raptors, that's great. I don't know if Chris Boucher is going to come back, but if they can get Jared Allen in a sign-and trade, that would be really cool. I would really like the idea of the future Raptors, because Nick Nurse invented the Nurse pill. I don't know. I've listened to Nick Nurse's autobiography. It's like 8 hours long. Great book. It's about, I think it's like 6 different. It's a red book. I can't even remember the name. He invented the Nurse pill. Basically, Nick Nurse, if you play for Nick Nurse, if he coaches you, he's going to fix your shot. So he's going to make Scotty Barnes into a perennial All-NBA defensive and All-NBA team member. He's going to be like Draymond Green on steroids. Like, just Draymond Green and Larry Bird. Or not, maybe Draymond Green and Lamar Odom, or Draymond Green and Larry Bird, yeah. But over here at 28, Jaden Springer. So now I got at 29, I guess we're going to go is... Also, my dog is right by me. Robinson, Earl. At 29 is who I got the Nets going. I really like the idea of them taking Jeremiah Robinson Earl right here. Really, really like this idea. And I'm going to respond to everyone. But yeah, no, I really like what's going on right here. So, but yeah. The Knicks basically just moved around so many times. They had the 19 and 21st pick, and they ended up with just the one pick. And I think they did really well right there. They were patient, and they ended up snagging themselves Quentin Grimes at 25 and just grabbing some capital. And wasn't bad. And then the Wizards trade Isaiah Jackson for Aaron Holiday, and they get the backup point guard they need. Because, look, they got Corey Kispert, who's going to be their shooting guard. And then they got, at point guard, Bradley Beal. Denny Avdia is going to be the secondary ball handler, point forward. He's going to be most improved player of the year. It's going to be a combination of Lamar Odom and Hedo Turkoglu averaging like 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists a game, shooting like 38% from 3. Okay, and then you have Roy Hachimura at power forward, and then Daniel Gafford and Thomas Bryant rotating as the centers. Aaron Holiday backing up Bradley Beal, and then off the bench you also got Anthony Gill. And I'm trying to think who else. They have that guy, Matthews. I'm trying to think of his first name. But yeah, Jaden Springer, they get a guy who's, for the Philadelphia 76ers, very reminiscent of my man Dylan Brooks of the Memphis Grizzlies. He's an aggressive scorer, similar to Dylan Brooks. He plays a very similar bully ball. He's just very aggressive. He gets to the point of attack. He's not as thick as Dylan Brooks is in the gut, but he just knows how to throw his weight around, and he's a guy that I really truly believe that come day one will be able to play 20 minutes a night because of his defense. All he needs is that shot to come around, because he's a combo guard with point guard like skills, so he's more of a shooting guard, and he can guard 1 through 3 positions. So I really think that if he can just get that shot down, he's going to be a great physical defender who's an aggressive scorer from 3 levels. And that's what he needs to do, to have success in the NBA. You need to be able to score on 3 levels while playing defense to be great. Now, Jeremiah Robinson Earl is the perfect guy for the Nets right here, because he would replace Blake Griffin. He'd be on a 4-year deal. That's why you also draft people in the first round, even if it seems like a reach, because what you do there is you get them on a 4-year deal. And that's why, because then even if they're a project, you only get second round guys on a 2-year deal, and they're not always guaranteed, and then they have the restricted tender offering. So a lot of times it's fine if you reach for somebody at the end of the first round, because then at least you get them on a guaranteed 4-year deal, so you get 4 years to develop them and see them through. So this is where I don't think the Nets should risk it. I think at 29 the Nets should go Robinson Earl, but in this case JT Thor for the Utah Jazz wouldn't be a bad pick. I honestly think it'd be interesting. And let's look at the mock right here. Yeah, I had Quentin Grimes going right there. I mean, I wanted Neemias Queta so bad to go to the Suns, but that's not going to happen. And it's been interesting. A little review for the night, guys. We saw this thing happen tonight, and that was wild. Could not believe that happened. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of the NBA draft? It's been one hell of a night. I think it's going to continue being wild. Phoenix Suns don't have the pick. This is, right now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not Phoenix's pick, but it's the Brooklyn Nets. So, we wonder who's going to go there. They have options. So, right here at 28, and it does not appear there will be a Ben Simmons trade tonight, or that the Sixers are close to one. So Ben Simmons will not be traded tonight. And continues the mischief of what's happening in the NBA, who's moving where, is there going to be any movement? We don't know. But yeah, I think right now it's been just interesting. There hasn't been too much shocking. I mean, just some picks that, like, I think some guys went higher. Like, let me tell you, guys who went higher than expected. Josh Giddey, I did not have him as a top 10 pick. I had Josh Giddey. Well, I had Josh Giddey going at 10, not top. At 6. Davion Mitchell, I did not have any more at top 10. I had him going at 13. Joshua Primo, I did not even have as a top 25 pick. I had Josh Primo going to 26 to the Nuggets. Duarte had going, he was fine. Moses Moody. I think really Trey Mann flew up. I had Trey Mann as a second round pick. And Josh Christopher was a second round pick. So was Cameron Thomas. So things like that. And looks like screw Day'Ron Sharpe. I don't like Day'Ron Sharpe. So Day'Ron Sharpe's best ability, like literally every analysis I've read about Day'Ron Sharpe is his ceiling is a high level backup center who has an insanely good work ethic and an insane motor and is a high energy rebounding and has good passing, but he's not good at scoring and there's not really any stretch ability and he's not really that athletically gifted. So I really think that's a waste of a pick right there by the Nets. I'm not a fan of Day'Ron Sharpe. So at 30, I'm really going to go JT Thor. I think JT Thor would be the best pick. And, like, look, I think at, like, 30, that's what you got to do. My dog's just, like, here whining. But, hey, let's find out who's the last pick, and I'm going to peace out of here. You want me to give you loves, girl? You're like, today was the worst. My dog was in the cage all day.
My prediction here is going to be, it's going to have to be Miles McBride here. I just love what Miles McBride can bring here to the Suns organization.
All Big 12 defensive team. He averaged 16 points a game, shot 40% from 3.
Superhero name, by the way.
Miles McBride?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Think about that. That's like, I feel like Cyborg would be named Miles McBride. Yeah. What's his real name?
I don't know.
Cyborg. I like the joke that they do in like Rick and Morty, like where you know that episode where there's the vampire gym coach, and it's like his he was named Coach Ferratu, and it was like super obvious, and they were like, why the fuck do we keep placing these vampires with such like obvious vampires?
I'm just over here just petting this dog. I want to know what's the 30th pick. Let me just end this. I hate Day'Ron Sharpe. I don't like Day'Ron Sharpe. I really don't like that pick. Utah has traded the 30th pick. Shams worth the 20th pick, I think, to Memphis. Memphis has the 30th pick. Memphis just traded for the 30th pick. Fuck that. I'm so upset. Yep, they just traded it.
Looks like we have a bidding war here between these teams for Miles McBride, the 30 slot.
Everyone's tweeting 2020 on Woj's tweet because he just messed up. And tweeted first.
Oh, because he said 20th pick instead of 30th?
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know there's still humans behind it. I saw you can dictate on script
No
notes.
way! Santi Aldama is a first round pick. first round pick, my boy Santi Aldama.
Guy from
this guy, no, this guy right here, the guy from Loyola, Maryland, the Spain guy.
Oh, that guy.
This guy, who I said is my favorite player of the draft, and no matter where he gets drafted, he will be the steal of the draft. I'm just very upset that he's going to the Grizzlies because...
Well, at least someone traded because they want him.
Yeah.
I
just didn't want... Yep. I love Santi Aldama. I love him. So what you get with Santi Aldama is he's done something only Jason Thomas, Andrew Bogut, David West, Tim Duncan, and Lamine Diane and Santi Aldama have done. Is average at least 21 points, 10 rebounds, 1.7 blocks per game, and I think it's average over 51% from the field. And he also made about 2 threes a game, shot 37% from 3, and like almost 65 or 70% from the free throw line. Santi Aldama is the steal of the draft. I love Santi Aldama, okay? So, yep, Santi Aldama of Spain. He is awesome. Santi Aldama is the steal of the draft. I said it here first. I'm a fucking... 1 second.
I'm about to go play video games and go to bed.
Oh, you don't want to smoke? I'm about to end this right here.